Welcome back. The Democrats have lost their frickin' minds. What do you guys think? Paid protests? I think so. Check this out.
This past weekend, I went undercover as a Democrat voter to a Tesla protest here in Atlanta, Georgia. I wanted to go undercover to better understand, first of all, why they're protesting, but also I wanted to find out, are they actually being paid to protest? I just wanted to investigate this claim of Elon Musk that they are literally paid protesters. So first of all, here's the demographic of the people at the protest. The majority of the people that I saw there were white boomers. And the boomers would sometimes even have their parents there with them. The women had really nice name brand bags and purses, and the husbands looked like they were just dragged out there. I'm telling you guys this because this doesn't fit the demographic of people who are paid to protest. And this also kind of debunks the left's claim that these are disenfranchised MAGA voters. All of these people voted for Kamala. But that doesn't mean that George Soros didn't fund this and didn't organize this with his money. So the people protesting may not be actually paid, but the people who organized the protest are, and I'm going to show you guys how. This right here is one of those paid organizers, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how she gets paid. Remember last year with the college encampments, how certain George Soros-tied organizations received endless amount of money from George Soros so they can disperse it to organizers? And those organizers were getting paid upwards of $7,800 just to protest for 8 hours a week. Well, the exact same thing is happening here. Here are 5 radical leftist groups protesting Elon Musk, one of which received $7.6 million, none other than from George Soros. And one of those groups, known as Invisible Project, received that $7.6 million from George Soros to do exactly what you guys are seeing, to boycott and to protest anything related to President Trump. So it's very safe to say that the people protesting are probably not getting paid, but the organizers, they're getting a nice paycheck. So Elon, you're right in a sense. These people aren't paid protesters, but the people organizing this definitely are.
The Democrats are just brainwashed. It's sad to say. But anyway, Biden, who was running the country? We all know Biden was mentally not able to do this. And news now, everyone was aware of it. These are the people destroying your country. Check this clip out.
You know, Griff, when you look at another anecdote in this book that stood out to me, he's preparing for this debate, Joe Biden. He's at Aspen Lodge, which is the president's cabin. And while he's there, Ron Klain, who everyone told us this was fine, was startled. He'd never seen Biden look so exhausted and out of it. Biden was unaware of what was happening in his own campaign. Halfway through the session, the president excused himself, went off, sat by the pool. That evening, they all sat around the table, and they were struck by how out of touch Biden was with American politics. He was very focused on his interactions with NATO leaders. And listen to this. Klain, Whipple writes, wondered half seriously if Biden thought he was president of NATO instead of the United States. Oh, my goodness, the president of the United States. All he cared about was NATO. He wasn't there.
Look, we've known this. And to Cheryl's point, I mean, he falls off bikes, he falls down stands, he can't keep up in conversations.
The Democrats' hypocrisy knows no bounds. Enjoy these couple clips.
The president directed his trade representative to increase tariffs under Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974 on $18 billion of imports from China. This action will protect American workers and businesses from China's unfair trade practices. As you've heard, the president often say American workers and businesses can outcompete anyone.
Tonight at midnight, America puts an end to 3 decades of deficits and launches a new era of balanced budgets and surpluses. While the numbers will not be official until the end of the month, we expect the 1998 surplus to be about $70 billion.
President Trump, as he winds down his last few weeks in office, is considering preemptive pardons for all his adult children, including his son-in-law, Jared. What a mess. More as we know. Cue all the hand-wringing and gnashing of teeth today about a president using his power, his pardon power, his powers as president, to do something for a family member. Tell me more about how outraged we all are about President Biden's pardon for his son.
And last but not least, a perfect example of what is going on in the markets and why things are happening. I think only the smart people will know what's happening here.
Well, what's happening with the market right now is pretty crazy. The stock market is crashing, and a lot of my clients are asking me why. The US government owes $36 trillion. This is how much money is owed. Out of the $36 trillion, $9 trillion of it is due for refinance. So the government has to refinance $9 trillion worth of debt in 2025.
What the fuck is going on here?
And what the government is trying to do, Elon Musk and President Trump, and what they're trying to do is cut spending and increase productivity so that we can offset the deficit from 2 trillion to zero. And when we get to zero, inflation will stop. You create uncertainty into the market, you scare people. The masses buy bonds, it lowers the bond rate, and when the rate drops, you refinance this $9 trillion of debt. And when you refinance, the payment goes lower, so the $2 trillion deficit shrinks.